me why the hell I always have to save myself.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Architect the Dreamer back with another ATD Reacts. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I am stoked to have you here. If you are returning, welcome back. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button, click that little bell so you'll get notified every time I drop a new video. Make sure to follow me on socials at ATDmusic, on Threads and Instagram at ATDreacts, and on Facebook at ATDofficial. At the beginning of this video, you heard a snippet of my new single, Deconstruct, which is out now and streaming on all platforms. The link for that is in the description below. It would mean the world to me if you guys would check that out. There's also an official lyric video on my page. Now, you've read the title. You know why we're all here. Sleep Token has dropped their third single from their upcoming album, Even in Arcadia, and it's called Damocles. Now, I love mythology. I'm not super well versed on it, but from what I know about Damocles, it's basically the idea of what the pursuit of power can do to somebody. Meaning, there is such a slippery slope when it comes to obtaining power and wanting power. And if my memory serves me correct, the story of Damocles was basically Damocles wanted the power of King Dionysus and got that temporarily, but there was like a sword that was hanging above his head the whole time that was held by one singular strand of hair, which was kind of intended to signify how dangerous having that much power can be. So, knowing that kind of background, I'm incredibly curious about this song. We've gotten two songs previously. Emergence was phenomenal, and Caramel was absolutely devastating. And with the content of Caramel and it really being the man behind the mask, giving an inside look at what those struggles are like and why they don't really want to be in the limelight. They just want their music to be shown. This idea of the struggle of power or influence is something that fits really well into the branding and the lore and just the totality of what Sleep Token is. So I'm incredibly excited about this. We're going to dive right in. This is Damocles. This is Sleep Token. What do you got for me?
Well, I've been waking up under blades, blue blossom days. If only Damocles would hit me back. No alabaster carvings or faces on a farthing would prevent my head from fading to black. And it feels like falling into the sea from outer space in seconds to me. And I play discordant days on repeat until they look like harmony.
Ooh. I love this piano intro that we're getting right now. It's very kind of happy and joyful sounding, but then we've got the very first line of the song is, well, I've been waking up under blades, which again, and then blue blossom days, if only Damocles would hit me back. Again, this idea of like this blade, when you're in this position of power that is hanging above you at all times by this thin strand of hair that could break at any time, and blade is coming down on your head. No alabaster carvings or faces on a farthing would prevent my head from fading to black. The lyrics in this are already so incredibly heavy and deep, but it's placed on top of this borderline joyful piano and very like major key melody, and the dichotomy of that is such a beautiful thing. We're going to run this back just a little bit here.
Days on repeat until they look like harmony.
I love the fact that he says harmony and there's harmonies.
When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't
get... God. Oh my goodness. Already. When the river runs dry and the curtain is called, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. Which again is this idea of like, when the river runs dry and the curtain is called, how am I going to know if I can't see? It's, they are on this stage. They are out performing. They are constantly putting on a show. But at the same time, they are behind these masks. Their identities, their personal lives are private. Their struggles, the things that they're dealing with, no one else knows that those problems are there. Now, obviously, we got let into that a little bit with Caramel, but that's a very relatable feeling, I think, to a lot of people, especially those who really struggle with mental illness and mental health issues and feel like they have to mask to get through the day, go to work, take care of the family, do all these different things, all these responsibilities. And I'm just going to keep performing and keep performing and keep performing. How am I going to know when the curtain's called and I'm okay to let this mask down? Nobody even knows that I have an issue.
Runs dry and the curtain is cold. How will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will
love that underlying kick drum.
Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
We're going to run this back and listen to that whole, what I'm assuming is the hook right there again, because the change up in the delivery of the melody from the verse into this da 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 is such a catchy way of delivering it, and it's very pop centered, but there's so much depth in the words that he's saying. And again, the way that he's landing on this melody, he is the percussion here. And then halfway through, we get this underlying kick drum that's like very, very kind of muted and very kind of buried in the mix, but it's just enough there that it almost feels like it's a heartbeat.
Damocles would hit me back. No alabaster carvings or faces on a farthing would prevent my head from fading to black.
The way he's delivering this melody is very straightforward.
Falling into the sea from outer space,
just vocals and piano.
And I play discordant days on repeat until they look like harmony.
Again, I love that harmony right there.
When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand
right there, that kick.
What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
That build up back into the dropout. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, now we're getting some guitar.
Well, I know I should be touring. I know these chords are boring, but I can't always be killing the game.
love that.
No golden grand pianos or voices from the shadows will do anything but feel the same.
I laugh right there, not because I think it's funny, but I laugh because it's this idea that as somebody who's in the spotlight, you have to be on all the time. This idea that you have to be creatively making waves and doing something entirely new all the time. And there's this expectation that comes from society, from those who are creating something, whether that's music, whether that's movies, TV shows, books, comic books, any kind of art medium, that there's always something fresh happening there. I know I should be touring. I know these chords are boring, but I can't always be killing the game. Which, first of all, the irony of that being that Sleep Token is absolutely killing the game. And it seems like everything they put their hands on is gold. Which is hilarious, because then the next line is no golden grand pianos or voices from the shadows will do the same. It's the idea that artists and creators don't hear what's being said is just false. They hear what people say. Now, a lot of times they're able to kind of block that out and just do what it is that they're doing. But they still get it. They still know when there's comments and people are saying this is boring, or this is not what I wanted, this is not the Sleep Token that I know, this is, which I already know that there's going to be a subset of people that are listening to this that are like, what the hell is this? This is a pop piano ballad. Like, this is something that I could see like Jack's Mannequin or Ben Folds 5 or like one of those kinds of freaking Gavin DeGraw, like those like piano pop rock artists doing something in this vein. But I think what people are missing is, first of all, everything that this band does is intentional. Everything. Second of all, having what he's referring to in this as boring chords really does give you as a listener the opportunity to listen to what they're saying. Because I think there's a lot of times where, myself included, where I listen to music and I'm not super paying attention. I'm just trying to vibe, or I'm just trying to put something on to kind of drown out the voices in my head or whatever. But the simplicity of what they're doing gives you the opportunity to really listen to what they're saying. And what they're saying is important.
Well, I know I should be touring. I know these chords are boring, but I can't always be killing the game.
God, I love the tone in his voice.
Grand pianos or voices from the shadows will do anything but feel the same. And it feels like falling into the deep from somewhere way up over the peaks. And I play this chord and days on repeat until the tape runs out on me. When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, well, I know if I can't see the bottom, come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone?
Get it, too.
I'll be when the empire falls. Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten. Nobody told me I'd be begging for it.
Oh my God, that built up chorus. We're going to just listen to that whole chorus again. That built up chorus right there. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
But feel the same. And it feels like falling into the deep from somewhere way up.
The subtle things that 2 is doing on the drums during this built up chorus is just so satisfying to my ears.
Still the tape runs out on me. When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten. Nobody told me I'd be begging for relief. When what is silent to you feels like it's screaming to me.
Oh my God.
Nobody told me I'd get tired of myself. When it all looks like heaven, but it feels like hell. When the river runs dry.
Oh my God. Nobody told me I'd be begging for relief when what is silent to you feels like screaming to me. And nobody told me I'd get tired of myself when it all looks like heaven, but it feels like hell. Sometimes what's on the surface isn't reality. We all have shit that we're dealing with. We all have stuff that's weighing us down. We all have stuff that we're struggling with, and some people are better at hiding that and putting on that mask than others. And just because you look at someone's life and you see they've got things that you want, or they seem all happy and everything looks rosy, just because it looks like heaven doesn't mean that to them it feels like hell. What's silent to you feels like it's screaming to me. And then the line, nobody told me I'd get tired of myself. As somebody who has very much struggled with mental illness and mental health for the majority of my life, there are so many times where I find myself sitting there and I can't shut my brain off. I can't shut the overthinking off. I can't shut the anxiety and the playing out scenarios over and over and over and over and over again. I can't shut it off. And I'm so fucking tired of myself. I'm tired of what's up here. God, that's real. Like it's screaming to me. Well, nobody told me I'd get tired of myself. When it all looks like heaven, but it feels like hell. When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten. Two. All right. That was Damocles from Sleep Token. I don't know if I'm going to be in the minority here. Um, that was incredible. Um, I love all kinds of music, and I know that there is kind of like a history with Sleep Token of them making, to some extent, one type of music very creatively, very um, varied in its delivery. But every track we've heard off of this new record is so different in such a beautiful way. The fact that the piano is the primary instrument throughout this entire song is beautiful. And it, okay. The combination of the piano, which is very like major key, kind of uplifting, mixed with this entire message of like eh, at any point the facade or the mask or whatever it is that like is being put out there, all of that could fall down. The hook in this, the lyrics, that bridge is like so deep. But then on the other side of the spectrum, this is such a goddamn catchy chorus. Like, when the river runs dry and the curtain is cold. It's just the way that it's just like butter. And I can already, like, after a couple listens to this, like, that is going to be such an earworm for me that I'm not going to be able to get that out of my head. And then thinking about what it is that I'm singing in those lyrics and how that relates to the band and their struggles and what they've been going through, and then how that relates, like, how I'm able to apply that to my life and the things that I've been struggling with and the things that I've been going through. Like, there are so many facets to this song. And if you just look at it on the surface, you go, this is just a piano pop song. But you cannot look at this band and assess them based on the surface. It's as as Shrek says, it's like an onion. There's layers and layers and layers that you peel back and you peel back and you peel back, and there's so much happening underneath here. And I'm sure that there's stuff that is in the song lyrically and messages in here that I'm not catching on to. And I will apologize for stopping so much for this one. There's just a lot to process and to dissect and to like, and I want to make sure that like I'm able to get my thoughts out, which is why I try to rewind and go back and re-listen to things multiple times. And for those of you that are on my channel and have been watching my videos, you guys kind of get the purpose and the reasoning why I do that. I'm also autistic and ADHD, and if I have a thought, it's sometimes difficult for me to hold on to that thought and be able to remember it. I also have memory issues from many concussions and other issues that I've had throughout my life. And so sometimes when I'm listening to something brand new like this and I really want to be able to like take it all in, I need to pause. I need to dissect that. So hopefully you guys are with me on that, and you're able to appreciate that for what it is. I love this song so much. I This might be my favorite of the three singles that they've released so far as a replayability factor to it. And I think a lot of that has to do with the method in which this message is being delivered, because it is a very catchy, kind of upbeat, positive sounding song, even though there's a deep message to it. This is a 10 for me. I'm so excited to go back and listen to this again and be able to really appreciate everything. The last thing I want to touch on is Two's drumming in this. During the verses, pretty straightforward, pretty straightforward. Then we get to the hooks and his drumming is crazy. And then we get to the end and it's almost like the drums are another voice. They're another tool. And it's almost like it's capturing the chaos of all of these emotions and everything that Vessel's talking about. And he just does it flawlessly, like from a musical perspective. The fills and everything that he's doing there at the end is just immaculate, and it's so good. I'll shut up now. I've said a lot about this. This is a longer video, but I would love to hear what you guys think. So please, please, please drop your thoughts in the comments. Did you like this? How do you like it compared to the previous two singles that we've gotten? Are you as excited as I am for this album to finally drop? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Like I said at the beginning, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, click that little bell, follow me on socials. Please check out my new single, Deconstruct, which is streaming everywhere. Again, the link for that is in the description. And I'll see you guys back here for the next one.